Hi guys, here we are, Minecraft Pocket Edition version 0.14, and today we're working on a storage room with iron doors. And we need a good way to handle these doors so we can get in and out easily without the doors slamming behind us, trapping us in, so forth. So we're gonna learn how to do a push button door that push to open and then push to close with hidden buttons on both sides. We do family Minecraft time, and one of my sons keeps breaking into our storage room and opening all the chests. So we came up with this way to lock him out. Okay. Iron doors can't be opened except by a power source. Power source to one of the adjacent blocks. This block right here, that's the one that's receiving the power. When power is applied to that block, the door opens. Take away the power, door shuts. We can put a lever. The lever also functions as a power source. There. Door opens, door closes. That's the traditional way of doing it. And we can put the power source directly on the block. It'll work the same way. Only issue is you have to be on the outside, open and close the door, and you might even get locked on the inside with no way out. Another solution to the problem is to use a push button, such as one of these, that also works as a power source, but only for like a second or so, and then the door shuts. You can put one of these on both sides of the door, so you can open the door for a little bit, get in, and then hopefully make it before the door slams shut. But it's not as convenient, and also my son can just figure out how to push the button and get in. So let's work on a hidden push button and see if we can connect it to the doors, and also a button that'll last more than 1 second. Okay, so phase 1 is to look at these doors. These blocks right here, if we apply power to those blocks, it'll also work to open and shut the doors. So, like that. So let's string up some redstone here. Try to tie these together. There. Now both doors are connected. Once the power source is in place, the door opens. Okay, next part is some of the voodoo magic, and that is a toggle latch, where you apply a signal, it turns the power on, apply the signal again, it turns it off. And here's the simplest way to explain it. There's other ways to explain it, but keeping it very simple here. Let's first we're going to set up a clock circuit. There. Now the doors are opening and closing on their own. What happens is these are just repeaters, so the signal passes through with a time delay. The delay is configurable. You can tap on them to change the delay. And the redstone torch here acts as an inverter. When it receives a power signal to that block that it's attached to, the torch does the opposite. So if power is applied, the torch turns off. Power is not applied, the torch turns on. So the signal goes around and around in a loop, and that's a clock. Sammy, what's going on? Okay. Now we're going to do something special. If you use a repeater and then put another repeater pointing in off the side, this becomes a data latch. Or a simpler way of explaining it is a signal blocker. Let's see how that works. The power is applied over here. When power hits the repeater from the side, it blocks the signal, prevents it from going through. So essentially it stops the clock. Okay. And now, once I applied power, it changed the state, it inverted it. Now we're blocked over here. Doors are open. Doors are closed. Doors are open. Doors are closed. So essentially that blocker flips back and forth, and it stops the on-off signal from going around and around repeatedly. So now it's completely under our control. So now all we have to do is hook up the buttons and we're done. We're going to use two buttons, one on the inside and one on the outside. Let's see. There. The trick is to, you sometimes have to play with the redstone a little bit so that it faces in the right direction. There. Alright, we're going to put a push button here. Oops. This is wrong. There, that's right. Now the signal's coming in. It's currently off. When we push the button, it turns on the signal briefly and it changes those gates. See? Block there, block there. And every time it does that, the doors change state. Push the button again. Doors open. Push the button again, doors close. So now let's set up the other button in the hidden location, which looks like it's right there. Let's see if that works to open the doors. Yep, doors open, doors shut. So now if you're in the game, you can hide this somehow, so it's harder to find. Walk along here, press that. Doors open, plenty of time for me to get in. And then once I'm in, push the button again and I'm closed. But all I have to do is push the button again and I can get out. Now all we need to do is put the floor back in to hide some of our work. Just be careful about that area there. We don't want to stop the redstone from working, see? But otherwise, oops. Oh yeah, we need this open too. So maybe I should have made it just a little bit deeper over here, but you get the idea. Hide all our circuitry, and voila, instant storeroom. So now we can put all our treasures in. And have a working door. There. hope you enjoyed the video. Hi guys, we're back a day later, and I got a couple of addendums to yesterday's video. First, just a quick note over here. Don't put a solid block over this torch. It causes a short circuit. For some reason that torch powers the block and the redstone picks that up and causes a feedback loop. So as suggested yesterday, it would probably be good just to drop everything in here by one block. Then you'll be able to put a proper floor in. Second, we had an issue where if we left the area and came back, the doors would be left open. Now that's not supposed to happen. We think I don't know if it's a bug or if our circuit just happens to be on the boundary of a chunk or something. Here's a working circuit that's moving. If I back up and leave the area, it should freeze everything just the way it is. Okay. And then when I return to the area, everything picks right up where it left off, no harm's done. That circuit is still working. By the way, this is a really cool clock, which I'll cover in a future video pretty soon. Alright, these doors are fine, but we had a problem where the doors were open after we came back. But there's another solution to this. We can have the doors automatically close after about a 10-second delay. So in order to do that, we need a way to so to speak, automatically push the button after the doors have been open for 10 seconds. When the doors are opened, this circuit lights up. Let's go ahead and do that. And that's the power that we need to send back to the button to turn everything back off again. But we want to do it after a time delay. If you remember, the repeaters are adjustable. So we can just use, the simplest way is just use a whole bunch of repeaters in a row. To set up a nice delay. You'll probably want to use at least 20 of them. Let's see. I'm not going to go all the way back, otherwise it'll short circuit over there. Yeah. A little short circuit there, so that's probably enough repeaters. We can put a few more in. Alright, and then we just have to connect it back up to where the push button is. And voila. So, lights up, doors are closed, and it should also be noted that once the doors automatically close, you have to wait the 10 seconds before the buttons will work again. Alright, let's see it in action. Open the door, run around to the front, doors are open, we get safely inside, and then boom, doors automatically close. We almost don't even need to use the buttons anymore to close them. We could have just put the whole thing on a time delay without the latch. Let's take a look at it again down there. Doors are open. As you can see, with that time delay, it's a simple way of delaying the reclosing of the doors, and then of course the reset. Alright. Looks like a charm. So have fun, see what you can design. These are pretty neat circuits.
What?